Did you see my first video on making custom clothing and textures in Inzoi? Well, this is a way better version of that video, and I'm about to show you why. Because thanks to this comment on that video, I have a way better way of doing this using a numbered grid, just like this. I'm going to show you exactly how to use this one in this video, so stick around and let's get going. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go over here to my Discord. I'm going to put a link in the description, and you'll be greeted by this welcome page, and you're going to want to go down to the Inzoi category, and here's some general chat, Inzoi creations. So this is what I'm going to show you how to do today. I did this on a live stream. I'm going to show you basically, how I did that. It's a Gucci shirt based off of a real design, and then this is the texture that you're going to want to download. You can click on this and you can right click and you can save the image, and that's going to be the texture I'm using in this video today to determine where things go. We're going to choose a shirt. We'll just do a regular one. How about that? All right. So there was another comment in my previous video asking about putting quote unquote stickers or decals on items and clothing. Right now, there's no transparency in this game. So if you add, a good example is this straight up Buc-ee's logo that I tried to use the first time. It has transparency on it, but you'll see that it ends up being black. So if I were to make a red shirt and put this on here, it would turn it black. So you have to make the background of your image whatever color you want your shirt to be. I'm going to open up my editor of choice, which in my case, I used Affinity Designer. Since I've sworn off all Adobe products, this is basically like Illustrator, but you can use Photoshop, you can use Illustrator, you can use Affinity Designer, Infinity Photo, you can use GIMP, whatever photo editing software that you want. So now what I did is I just made a really big canvas. I think I did 5,000 by 5,000 pixels. To be fair, I don't think it makes a difference. It's blurry either way. So I made this, and then you're going to download that texture from my Discord that I just showed you, and then you're going to size it to fit exactly. It's not quite perfect, but it's pretty close. And then you're going to save this. And then once you save this as a PNG or a JPEG or whatever you prefer, you're going to import it into Inzoi. And then you're going to select that, and you're going to see all these numbers, right? Now, this is better than the other way because now we have 100 squares with different numbers, and instead of having like 16 or 24 squares like I had. So you can scale this up. If I wanted to do this, I'll know it'll be pretty blurry, but I'll know that anything in the 11 square will show up on the shirt. And so for this one, I think a really good way to share these things on Discord, feel free to share your creations on here too. Putting the specs on here. So on this one, it was pattern scale of 92, vertical position of 87, horizontal position of 0. So 92, 87, 0. So I'm gonna make this 92, and then 87, and 0. Now, I didn't do this at first. I just kind of scaled it to what I thought would be good. One thing you want to kind of keep in mind is you don't want any of these to repeat. If you want to put one image on the front and you don't want it to repeat over on the sleeves and you don't want it to repeat on the back, make sure that these numbers don't show up anywhere else, which means you kind of have to have it like very large. Like 92 was pretty big. It's a little blurry, but you'll see that I have 62, 63, 64, 72, 73, 74, 82, 83, 84. So basically 62 to 84, there's like a little 3x3 grid. Make sure that none of those numbers show up anywhere else on here. Those numbers do not repeat at all, which is good. You're gonna go back over to your editing software, and in my case, it's right here. Now what I'm gonna do is I've already made this, so you're gonna want to make your design. In this case, I created this Gucci logo. All right, so I made the shirt based off of this Gucci shirt right here. I'm not going to go into details on how to use any editing software in terms of like designing. You have to be responsible for designing, whatever you want. But I basically recreated that here. If I make this transparent, you'll see I have this on 52, 53, 54, 72, 73, 74. It's because I think it's up here, which is probably right, because this really long part on the top right does kind of go all the way up to the shoulder. So that's probably more of what I'm looking at. 52 to 54, 72 to 74. So, and this is going to take some experimentation. You'll see that it falls right into there. So I'm going to export this as a PNG, and then you'll bring it over to Inzoi. You'll select that, and then it'll pop up right there in that square. Like I said, like where I said I wanted it to be. And then I'll go around. You'll see it doesn't repeat anywhere else, not in the sleeves, not in the armpits. It's pretty much there. And if you want to, you can mess with it even further. You can try to make it a little bit bigger. We can mess with the horizontal position, vertical position again. So yeah, it's essentially, you know, basically what we did in the other video, but this numbered grid just makes it so much easier to find out where things are going to be, right? So this was a very quick updated tutorial for you. I really hope that helps out a little bit more. Shout out to the people in the comments that came up with that. Really appreciate your help on that. And feel free, again, join the Discord. You can download that file there, as well as follow me if you haven't on Canvas. So Canvas, if you don't know, is basically like the Inzoi social media, right? So when I was live streaming earlier, I made that Gucci shirt. It's got 14 downloads. And I just did that a couple hours ago, as you can see. So follow me on here. It's Threshus, hashtag 0001. Shout out to whoever's going to be the first follower. And then this one has 15 downloads. So super cool. I think this is a really cool game. I'm going to continue to kind of mess with it. The next thing I want to figure out is building 3D models in Blender and bringing those in and texturing them and everything as well. So stay tuned for that. Any questions, leave them in the comments or discuss it in the Discord, and I'll see you guys soon.